Welcome back to Bullies Networking Group Footy Tipping Competition, everyone. There's two ways to get to the Footy Tipping website. One way is from the emails sent out to previous tippers from the AFL. You can open your email and simply select the Register Now button, which will take you straight to the Footy Tipping website. Or you can open your internet browser and do a Google search for AFL tipping, which will bring up the link to the Footy Tipping website. Simply select that there at the top of the page, and that will also take you to the Footy Tipping website. Previous tippers will need to reactivate their Footy Tipping account. This is done by selecting the login button. Then entering your email address. And selecting the Let's Go button. Now, I just need to note at this point that the AFL have improved their security for their website or their Footy Tipping website and are now requiring all passwords to include 8 or more characters, at least one lowercase letter, at least one uppercase letter, and at least one number in it. So if your previous password doesn't comply with this, you will need to change your password to ensure that it meets this criteria. So I'm going to enter my password now, which is what you'll be doing with your old password if it meets the criteria. Or you will need to choose or make up a new password that does meet the criteria otherwise. Then there's a couple of boxes here that you can check if you would like to receive communications from the AFL. Yes for me. And this is a mandatory box you need to select. That is agreeing to the terms and conditions. Once those boxes have been selected, or at least the terms and conditions boxes has been selected, and you've entered your email address up here in the email field and your password, ensuring that it meets the AFL's password criteria, simply select the next button. You now need to provide a few more details, such as your name, phone number, footy club you support, club membership number is optional, country of residence, and postcode. Then select the Register button. It'll take a little while whilst it creates or reactivates your account. Now at this point, most of you will have the option to save your password for next time, which is what I'm going to do here. And you will be emailed an email from the AFL to activate your Footy Tipping account, or what they call your AFL ID account. Once you have received the email from the AFL inviting you to activate your account, simply open it up. It'll look like this, and select the red activate account button here. If you have any troubles, there's an option to select another button, the blue here button, to get more details. The next step is to log into your footy tipping account by selecting the login button. What I have noticed is that when you do that for the first time, there's a warning from the AFL informing you that you're signing in for the first time, and to select back to sign in, for whatever reason, I'm not too sure, but we'll follow the bouncing ball and select the back to sign in button down here. So I'm going to select that and give it a go. To sign in to our footy tipping account, we simply enter our email address in the email field. And select Let's Go, or the Let's Go button. I will pause a moment just to note that once you have signed in for the first time, you won't get that warning message or the sign-in warning message to select back to the login screen again. Once you have done it, that's the only time you'll need to be worried about that. From doing it for the first time, you'll simply be able to return to the AFL tipping website anytime and select the login button, and you'll be redirected to this page, which is where you put your email address and password to sign in to your footy tipping account. Anyway, let's go. Now, my computer has remembered my password by the looks of it. If yours hasn't, simply enter your password in the password field, which I'll do with you, and select the login button. I'll pause again for a moment and mention, if you do happen to forget your password, in the sign-in screen here, there is always an option or a button to select if you have forgotten your password, and you'll be able to change it or have it resent to you. Either of those options will be presented to you. Anyway, here we go. Let's select login. You will then be given the option to verify your footy tipping account by receiving a code via SMS, or you can alternatively select skip this step, which is what I'm going to do in this instance. You will now be given the option to link your old AFL tipping account to your reactivated tipping account or footy tipping account. The fancy name the AFL call this is AFL ID account, but as we know, it's just simply the footy tipping account, your reactivated one. I would highly suggest this because it appears that it will transfer all of your tipping history over, all of your footy tipping history over to your reactivated account. That's what I'm going to do now. And I can do this simply by selecting the link my account button, the blue button here. Now I'm going to pause a moment again, just in case any of you find a glitch at this point where instead of being presented immediately with this option to link your previous or your old footy tipping account, instead of getting that information, there is a glitch apparently where you may be returned to the login screen on the AFL footy tipping website. If this does happen, simply select the login button again, and you will be presented with this option. Anyway, here we go. Time to link my old account with my new one. There's a couple of checkboxes here regarding my preferences. One is that I have read and accepted the AFL's privacy policy and so on, or that will be a mandated option that you will need to select to get through. And whether you're interested in crypto products, me personally, I'm not, so I will opt out of that one because I don't want to receive any information about it. At that point, once you've selected the checkboxes, particularly the one regarding the terms and conditions, that will be a mandatory option you have to select, then select the Play Now button, the blue button here. And voila, there we go. We're officially logged in to our Footy Tipping account, and we have successfully reactivated our account. Now the final step is to link our account to Bully's networking group Footy Tipping competition. We do this by selecting the comps button at the top of the screen there, and the second button in. At the top of the screen and the second button in, select comps, and then selecting the join a comp button, not the create a comp button, the join a comp button. So I'm going to select join a comp. From here, we simply need to enter either the comp code or the comp name. I'm going to try searching by the comp name. So our Footy Tipping competition name is BNG. I'll search by BNG, and I should note that that's all in uppercase, capital B, capital N, capital G, and then selecting the search button. Now that's come up for me here. There's BNG, Samuel P. And from here, if that does come up for you by searching BNG, you simply select the accept button. If, however, the competition or the BNG competition doesn't come up after searching for BNG, which has happened in the past, you simply need to put the competition code in this, or type the competition code in this box, and then select search. Now the competition code is 2, I'm just typing it in now, K, J, U, 3, D, X, 9. So that's 2, K, J, U, 3, D, X, 9. I should note that the letters in the code are uppercase, so they're all capitals. And the same instructions apply. Once you put the code in the box there, you simply search or select the search button here, and the BNG competition will be presented to you. And once again, we simply select the accept button. And now you are linked in to the BNG Footy Tipping competition. To confirm, you can always, to confirm that you've successfully linked your Footy Tipping account to the Bullies Networking Group Footy Tipping competition or BNG competition, you can select the comps button again up the top here, and it will be listed there as BNG. And last but not least, please transfer your $60 footy tipping competition entry fee to me by the first bounce.